All right, welcome back to another episode of Game Crafters, where today, as you can see, we are making another level. Do I have anything in mind for this one? I might. There's a good chance that I might. So we'll see what we can come up with. And yeah, if you enjoyed today's episode, please leave a like and subscribe for more. So I think this one should be a mixture of both ice and water for obvious reasons. I mean, it's good to have like a mixture of the two, I suppose. I don't exactly have anything too specific in mind, but we'll come up with something, obviously. So yeah, it's going to be something simple, nothing too complex, hopefully nothing too difficult. Something simple. I'm going to create a nice square here, and whatever the hell the square needs to be, we'll figure it out when the time comes. No reason not to figure it out when the time comes, after all. But yeah, there's something in mind, but I'm not entirely too sure what. It is definitely going to be locks that you need to get to take care of a few things. Where specifically and how specifically is the question. Well, we could definitely put ice here. Having some moments of ice to kind of be the means to get past like the no ability to breathe underwater instance is nice. A nice little water canal with enemies going in a clockwise, I think, position. Well, it makes sense after all, right? Question is, do I want that here or do I want this here-ish? No clue. Well, the thing is, you can't exactly get into here without a key anyways, so. But having this close by, at the very least, means that you won't be able to just simply go to here and then get down to there. You'd have to go all the way around. So let's get our clockwise enemies in real quick and also check to make sure everything's recording properly. Seems like it, yep. And let's go. Well, first of all, 0, 1, 2, and of course 3. Can't forget about 3. All right, perfect. I would say we can have another ice-based thing here. Have something there that we can go to. So first things first, let's build this area out like so. I think what this is going to be consistent of is a nice area with enemies kind of just in the way on an ice path, essentially. Seems like a good idea to me, I think. Oh, wait, right. I could do something like that. This also seems like a good idea. Because it's not like you can get... you probably could get to here. But if you could get to there, then let's put that there. Unless it's like, difficult to do, which we could always test it. That's always a thing we could do, is just test it out real quick. Hopefully it doesn't take too long to test out, right? I mean, I think it's possible. Oh, yeah. So if you're risking it for the biscuit, then that is definitely possible. Most definitely. Difficult to do, though, but, you can either go the safe way or you can go the fast and risk it way. I'll leave it. I'll allow it. It's nothing too egregious, I would say. At the very least, I do think that's a good idea to put there for the most part. Okay. So I think the idea behind this should be as simple as I guess it depends on how difficult we want this to be. Yeah, there's like a difficulty curve to this, that's for certain. Unless you want to try to like go this route. I mean, we could definitely have two routes though. The fast and loose route, or the route that makes the most sense for you to take. I should have you going too. What do you want, cat? And for that matter, we should have normal vertical. One here and one here, but going in the opposite direction. That's the plan. You can go here, wait for this guy to pass. You can either follow him and go this way, or you can go around and wait for him to pass and go the easy way. I would say it's easy. But I would also say, yeah, because you wouldn't be able to get back in that way if we are doing the level like that anyways, with all the ice here. So we could definitely have the key here. You definitely need to grab the key up here and then go around. You wouldn't be able to go back, so you would have no choice but to go this way. And this way should have at least a few enemies here. Doing what precisely? I think a nice couple of horizontal enemies here should be fine. We put some ice around the area too, kind of forcing the player to go down specific routes and whatnot. So like, for example, we got ice here, which you could go down that route. Just know that you can only really choose one side to go to without having all of your control taken away. So that should be fine. So you got a key, and now what you gotta do is gain access to another key topped off with another crate. Where specifically should this crate go? On top of the ice. Well, not on top of the ice, but past the ice so you can get past that part there. Which makes the most sense. The key you will need will probably be somewhere in an area down here. Past a small little opening here. And the crate you need will probably be somewhere over here. Theoretically, there shouldn't really be anything too difficult about this. I guess this is mainly just teaching you how to go through this area with a bunch of ice and enemies. So an ice over puddle or lake or whatever with a bunch of enemies just all over the place. Yeah, that should be good. All right, so where should the key be is the question. I'd say it should probably be somewhere in here. Yeah, like so. You go here, you start here, and then you figure out where you need to go from here. You go all the way around, get into here, and grab that. Simple as that, really. There'll be a spot in here you can go to. Which should lead you into a spot here. Because you can't really go, I mean, I guess you could go down here and skip most of that. But once you go back out, you kind of have to go around anyways to get to this, to then get to that, and then this, and then you're out. For the most part, at least, I'd say. Now there is the process of figuring out what enemy should be here. Oh, clockwise, obviously. So you here, and you here. As for any other enemy presence, I mean, an enemy here would work, but also you'd be hard-pressed to get out of the area quickly enough. And again, the enemy doesn't have to be in any specific spot. Like that one has 2 here. I feel like this one should have at least 1 here. But where is the question? No, I mean, I guess here would make sense. Going here means you would have to make sure this guy is like walking past that to then get to here. If that's the case, I could probably get you to go elsewhere. Again, it shouldn't really matter. I could probably just put you here. And then we can put a horizontal enemy here. At least now you two are evened if I do that. Alright, next up is the obvious. Crate ice puzzle? Question mark. It seems like this entire route is all about crates and ice puzzles. So we can try to do something similar with the last one, but now we have enemies around the place. So you gotta worry about the enemies, but you can use the crates to kill the enemies if you can. It's a nice little water. I don't know why the water section I decided I wanted to have that there. I just decided, yeah, water section sounds like a good idea. I mean, it's my game. I can pretty much do whatever I want within reason. Can't have teleporters, though, yet. Not here yet. Even though I really would like to get teleportation going. I really want to start using these, but I gotta start getting to other areas first. Okay, so first things first, we need to create a few paths for the crate. And I can see a way. Well, okay, hold on. What am I doing? Crate will be moved over to here, which is good. That is one of the things that you want, but it's going to be here now, which is not one of the things that you want. We could probably put some of these around here, like so. Or better yet, we can have walls here. So that way you can't just get straight to this section. You have to go through a very specific route. And the best route to get to here without moving the crate would probably have to be here. Well, we say it. I mean, I guess we could still put a wall here, right? I mean, you still have to go around. But again, there will be enemies in the way. So you push this crate over here. You get to here, push the crate over here, get out, go here, push the crate down here. Assuming that is where you want the crate to go. Hopefully you've killed some enemies, you go out and around and push it up here. We could probably put a thing here to then have you push the crate here, which puts it here. Sounds like angry cats outside, isn't that right, Boosh? I think it is. And then, of course, we have this now here. Right, this is here. Then you go around, push that here, and then you go around to get to here and push this out. Now this is out. Like so. I would say, wait, no. We do want this spot to be open, right? Would putting a thing here mess anything up? Yeah, you wouldn't be able to push the crate down. This needs to be open to then push this here, and then push this here, and then push this here, and then do all of that. And this needs to be open to get to here. So now we gotta figure out where the enemies need to go. I'm thinking we could put a horizontal one here. What would a vertical enemy be doing? I guess we could also have a counterclockwise one, or clockwise one here. So we could take, I would say vertical enemy here, but I don't know how much that would mess things up. Go to here, go around. Don't want to take that path. No, you want to go here, because this is really the only right route. And this enemy does kind of prevent you from going this way anyways. So you kind of want to take this path instead, and then use this to kill one of the enemies. That would be a tricky one to get a crate kill on, but a satisfying one. You can get a crate kill on this guy too, which would clear up the rest of the area. We can't have a vertical enemy here. Not only that, but I don't think there's any other way to get into here without having to go here. So we'll leave this as this. So the crate can go out here, and then it needs to go through another ice one. This is at least showing you that this area is full of ice, which, you know, is a good thing, I suppose. Good to have all this ice here existing and doing its thing. All right. So we obviously need a way to get into here. This gets you around, and this gets you to here to get you to there. But if you want to get over to here, you'll need to take this to here, here, and then here. Meanwhile, there's going to be some clockwise enemies here and here that'll guard the outside, forcing you to take a very I mean, you can't really take this path right here. And you want to get around here to get this over to here. Which should be fine. I would say the only other thing we could do is add a horizontal enemy here to cover this entire spot. Of course, that doing that though means that this area will be a little bit more difficult. So we probably don't want that. I would say this is fine as it is. We'll go on ahead and add a nice little area here. So let's see, how do we want this to be completed? We could definitely put a couple of vertical enemies here, I'd say, making this area a tad bit more difficult to complete. And what we can have here is a couple of options to complete this level. One of which can consist of an area full of ice. Whoops. With the enemies being a tad bit more, challenging and all over the place. You're given at least a few good spots to go around in, but there's only really one spot you can go to. And that would be here-ish. To some extent, I'd say. You could definitely have a horizontal enemy here. Which, again, we're not really... Am I? No, I'm not. Or at least not entirely. I'm picking and choosing which one, which is fine. The route you'll want to go could grant you a key. But to get to that key, you're going to have to kill this vertical enemy. So there's two different routes you could take. I guess we could probably have a crate just, no, I don't know, around here. More ice puzzles. But have this one be slightly easier, but this one be a tad bit more difficult. I just want two different ways to complete this. Kind of similar to what we have in that one level. I don't remember what it was called, where there were two different routes you could take to complete it. You had like an option, and this one gives you another option. It's like the parallel to this one, where you have no choice but to go down the beginning sections of the paths, but you do have a choice towards the end. All right, let's see. So once this is out, we can definitely have a thing here. Well, maybe not here. Maybe here. To get the crate in a very specific spot. Right about here. Getting to here would allow you to push it up to here. Which means we would need a spot around here, and you'd need to be able to get over to here. There will probably be a crate down here that you can't reach. You can get to it and push it up to here. But then how would you get over to here is the question. Maybe this is the start. You get over to here, figure out how you can get to this crate over here. We could probably have this here, which then allows us to have a vertical enemy here. Let's see. Is there any way you can get to that? No, and that puts you in a dead end, which kind of screws you. So you don't want to go that way. You can go this way, but that's a dead end. You can go that way, but that's a dead end. So you want to go down, push this up, then around, which gets you back over to here. You can't really go that way. I mean, no matter what, this is a dead end. So if I want this to be something else, I can go on ahead and add in. A way to get down to... where exactly? Getting down to here wouldn't do you any good. It would push this crate up here, which isn't what you want. Unless that is what you want. You go around. We have this to get you back down to here. And then this pushes the crate up. Oh no, because then that allows this to be pushed over to here, which is not what you want, because that just makes this trivial. We don't want a way to get over to here. We want a way to get over to here. And right now, the only path that could allow us that option would have to be to open this up. So now, you go on ahead, push this crate out here, which will hopefully kill that enemy or trap it. At that point, you realize, okay, well, I can push this down now. Or push this up, and I can push this down, but you can probably leave that there. Push the crate down here. Oh, and then you can push the crate here, and then go around, and then push that back, and then boom. Well, that does make this easier, but it won't be easy if there are vertical enemies around. I mean, makes sense. Also, this is all one. Like, I don't know, if that's the case that we're going by here, then we need a way to be able to get back up. Yeah, sure, killing that one enemy would be nice, but go back up, go up here, go around, but the enemy is here. You can't really go anywhere from there. I do realize that this is way smaller than it needs to be. I also do realize that having a crate over here would be great. But how would you even go about solving that way when this way is probably much easier? Let's see. Can't go that way, can't go that way. This is death, I think. Yeah, no, that is just straight up death. You can only really go here and that's death. You can only really go here, and it's close to death, but you might be able to escape. You go down here when that guy passes by, and then you get the key, but then what? You can escape with the key, but even if you could escape with the key, I guess the only easiest way to get past this enemy would be to dodge it. But we don't want to have dodging be a main mechanic here now, do we? No, we don't. I would say the other option would still get us stuck being unable to move because of these two enemies. And this option is just way too... Maybe we don't do that. Maybe instead we still have this key be a thing that you need, but instead it's more of a grab this key first, get your ass out. Like so. Now, what would be the easiest way to complete this, though, is the question. I mean, I can see it. You go down this route, go up and around, and then go here. Then go down. Then go here and around. See, now, it does remove the choice option, but what... Let me see if I can't figure this out. So maybe we don't want that. Because going down this route would be too easy if it was only just the one enemy. But honestly, going down this route is just too easy in general. You can grab that. Clockwise wouldn't work. Counterclockwise wouldn't work. There isn't really any way I can make this any more difficult, is the thing. Like, yeah, kill the enemy and gets you easy access to the thing that you need to do. But why do that when you can just... Would there be even a way to solve that? Like, yeah, push the crate up, push this down to here. Push it there. I mean, maybe not making this a dead end would be great. Push it here. And then up here. Followed by that, you have the access to go up to here. But now you need a way to get to this crate here. Like, yeah, you can push it here. And then what? I guess we could still put something here. Just ways to get you back if you mess up. So that if the crate is here, you can come back to here. And then go here. You come over to here, come over to here. You still can't exactly get to this spot in any other way. You're still encouraged to push this here. And then you gotta figure out a way to get up to this spot here. Which could be... Wait, didn't I? Oh, no, because we need another way out. So you have two ways to get to here. So I guess if you push this crate into an enemy or you get the enemy stuck up here, you still have a ways to complete it. All you need to do is basically just... It's weird because it's like you need the key to be able to complete this, right? But you also need the crate to be able to complete this because, yeah, you can grab the key, but then you can't really get to the spot easily. Like, yeah, go down here, go to here, past that guy, grab the key, past this guy again, past that guy again. Now you have the key, but you can't get to the key unless you kill one of these enemies. And to do that, you need the crate. You need a crate to be able to kill the enemy, then pass that, kill the enemy. And then where do you go from there? Because, yeah, you could push the crate here, but then this enemy still stands, and he's still a problem. Unless, again, this was, like, set up like this, which then allows you to go and kill the enemy. And then go up here. And then kill that guy, and then boom. So here you need a crate. You need a key and a crate to complete this. I guess this is more so just a fallback if you want to do this route instead. It's not really a choice at that point if that's the route we're taking. But I guess I just don't have any other idea. So we'll try to complete both sides. I'll do this normally. Some brief bouts of oxygen as I get to the ice section here. Oh shit. Whoa. It's fine. I didn't anticipate the panic for that. That's a bit too difficult if you ask me. I might have to nerf that one a bit. Alright, we got the key. Alright, we're in here now. I want to go down around here. Wait for this guy. Wait for one of these guys. We definitely want to grab the key first, so let me figure out my route here. I think this is probably... Well, no, this might be better. Yeah, that's better. Okay, hold on. Let me remind myself. How did I get out of this mess again? Alright, I see. I don't see. I should have seen it. Alright, is there a better way to go about doing this? Is the question. That is needlessly difficult. Maybe we'll reduce some enemies around here. Maybe. That ice section there is difficult, though, I will say. Might be a bit too difficult for this section, not gonna lie. Okay. Now we gotta get back down, and the best way to do that would be to thread the needle. That was too close. Okay, we should be able to go around here now and open this up. Can't get through, unfortunately, so we're gonna need the crate. At least that takes care of that, and we can just go around here and not have to go all the way around. Okay, this part. I think the best route is this route. We wait for both of these guys to pass and go in their own separate quadrants. Now we wait for this guy to come over. Oh, well, that's fine. Alright, one less enemy. Now we can start clearing them out. Alright, he's dead. Now I want to bring this up and over here. Bring this out and over here. And then this out here. Alright, good. Well, fuck. Well, fuck. It's fine. Not a problem, actually. Probably makes it slightly easier. Haha, I killed him. Alright, we'll go down this route first. Wow, this is actually challenging. Hold on. So what we want to do is... Maybe I should have put the enemies here. We want to go here, and then we want to go here for now. No, wait, you being in the way does make... Okay, I'm gonna remove some enemies here. Let's remove an enemy here. Maybe we'll remove one of you, so the one on the ice makes the most sense to remove. And I need this spot to be open. Is there anything more we can do? I mean, I guess not having you out here makes sense. Yeah, that makes this slightly easier and not hard as it needs to be. Harder than it needs to be. I don't know what the hell I was thinking. Alright, this is slightly easier. We're not pressed for time, as pressed for time as we would be otherwise. I'm only making it easy here because it doesn't make any sense for me to make it hard in what is essentially the third zone. Not even the middle of the game. It's when the game starts to open up. I gotta try to balance these out. It's the challenge of making it not too difficult, but not too easy either. This does make it a bit easier. I don't know how much easier. I mean, less enemies on the field means more time for me to set things up. Like so. Doesn't make it any less tough, it just makes it a bit more manageable, you know? Like this one. This one's been pretty easy because there's only 2 enemies here. It's still a challenge because it's not exactly, you know, a cakewalk, but... I guess I'll just go this way. Killing this enemy. Perfect. Alright, which way did I want to go? This way. Alright. And now I want to go this way. Push that here. Go this way, and here again. At least most of that side is easy enough to do. Oh, I can definitely kill this guy. Damn it, I missed. Oh, I forgot the key! How did I forget the key? We'll just take the quick route. That should be fine. I guess that route would be fine too. I don't think we have another way to go about doing that, so this will have to do. Alright, get the key, open door first, you idiot. Okay. Open door first. It'd be stupid for me not to open the door next. Wait, this way. Alright, now we can do this without any issues, right? Alright, now we want to go down, around. No, I missed it. Oh well, I don't think I need that. It's just now you're going to still be in the way as I try to get this out of here. I mean, it would have sucked if that guy got stuck in between here, so I'm glad I got that first try. That's the risk you got away when you're doing this. Alright, perfect. I want to see if I can't get more of them killed here. Never mind. I wasn't going to risk waiting any longer. Oh, hey, I killed that guy. Look, now that area is a bit more reasonable. That's interesting. All right, okay. We now have made this much easier, which means this should not be a pain in the ass to do now. We'll complete the chest route first, I think. Okay, we can still get to here. This is not a problem. Just now we can't do the other route, which was to get down here and then do that. So I'm glad I added those things. Ah, I missed him. You know what? That's fine. I will kill you now. And kill you, too. Perfect. Alright, great. Well, we don't need to complete it, but we at least now know it's completable, which means it's time to set this up. I know this is completable. I see the route for the one thing, and I will test it out when we get to it. I don't know who would take what route. What route would you take there in the end? Oops. No clue. I mean, I would argue that the route involving the crate ice puzzle is probably the easiest. Like, no matter what, you're going to have to do the crate ice puzzle, because unless you can dodge the enemy, which would be a masterful play to do on ice, then you're not going to be getting that key without a crate. Though it would be a very quick speed run tactic if you're going down the B route for a speed run. Also, are you completely black? You are, good. I mean, for the most part, anyways. Wait, what? Oh, I'm messing up. How did I mess up? I'm still messing up. Like, there is 2 different speed run routes to get to the end of the game. One of which, of course, the A path, has you completing less than 60 levels, but going through 60 levels, I think, if I remember correctly, to be able to get to the last level to essentially complete the game. Because, yeah, there is a game completion state. It's just, you know, story-wise, you're not going to get much unless you go out of your way to try to get all of the, which makes sense, right? Like, if you're going straight to the end, you're not going to find the story that you want. Which is, of course, tragic, but what can you do? Some people just want to get to the end quickly. Of course, some people probably aren't going to speedrun this game first chance they get. Oh, who knows? They might. I have no clue where the enemy is at right now. I should get all the ice in first. Ice first, everything else later. The ones that I can just fill in the map with, I will just fill it in. Okay. Oh, wait, no, hold on. We don't want that. All right. Let's fill in all the spaces that need ice. And then put all of the spaces that need no ice. Very carefully. We'll start with the white spaces first. Those will probably be the easiest somewhat. You're in the wrong spot, of course. I gotta keep my eyes peeled for the potential of messing up some of these spots here. Man, when a map has so many potential spaces for things to be in, it gets mighty complicated to keep up with it. Whoops. That's not what I wanted. I wanted G. That was a weird full screen, though, that's for certain. Okay. Couple of lava splotches. And some crates. Which should be easy enough to place. And then some keys. And now I just look. Aha! I see a spot already. I forgot about that. Again, the player doesn't count. I feel like I say that every time I make a level. But it's true. The player does not count. The player is its own separate entity that we place amongst everything. Everything seems like it's not in order. I forgot an enemy. I knew I was going to forget something. The enemy in the corner. Not corner. Well, I guess technically corner, bottom left corner quadrant. Doesn't matter. Let's just continue figuring out what it is we have left. It seems like we have everything in order. At the very least, on the second once around, it doesn't seem like I missed anything, so this should be good. All right, great, fantastic. Let me save as textures. This one, Pinge, and level 13. How much time is left? 7 minutes. Okay, that's fine, I think. I'm going to leave this open since I am going to still be working on stuff. Although, I guess, would I be able to get to it easily? Right. How did I forget? I'm glad I double-checked. Desktop artwork. I'll just open up the Nova Guardians folder so you can see how much progress we've made thus far. We've made considerable progress, as you can see. So you can at least see that I am making progress this time around. I'm not fucking around this time. We are nearly finished with this damn cover, and I want to get it finished. So, wait, no, I need to be in Secondary Universe still. I need to open up, I think it's Judas next, right? Yeah, Judas, this guy right here. So that's something I'm going to be working on once I'm done with this while I'm making my dinner. Or, don't worry about that later. Right now, let's just go on ahead and get this set up real quick. 2D, single point, no, point, no filter, I think. Yeah. Now we go on over to our materials, into textures, level 3 materials. We duplicate that. 13. Then we go on ahead and put this in here. All right, great. I'm sure this can be completed. I will test it out once we have gotten back to the mountains. Also, I don't know what the hell is going on out there. There's some big vehicular device making noises. 8B. I think this is 8B. Yep, 8B. Easy enough. Just swatch that over there. Swab that swatch over there. Put the player right here. Hide the player. Get navigation set up for the corners. So for main path, this one. I think all we need is just the corners. So just put this to 25. Duplicate this. Wait, no. Duplicate this. Duplicate again, but come back to here so that we can go on ahead. Seriously. You need to not. I need you to be precise. There's no reason for you to be doing the stupid like you were doing right there. This one should be as simple as a 180. So that goes over to here, then this goes over to here, and then that gets us, that gets us into a level right here. There's this one I will have to do off camera though. It's got some special stuff that I gotta work on. 475, 425, 75. All right, and now we gotta come up with a name. What name do we have in mind for this level, I wonder? Well, around the frozen corners. Makes sense since you still have to go to all 4 frozen corners. Around the frozen corners. I mean, it getting a bit more icier means that you are getting close to the mountains that are here. So I'd say that's good. With that being said, I should take care of this department now. So all I gotta do is save, build and run, because I already put the thing in there, and then that should be it, right? Right? 2 minutes left. I could just delete the timer. It'll be good. Now, I was thinking about making dinner, but then I remember a new episode of Rick and Morty is out today, next season, so I'll probably have that made after I get Judas taken care of. Yeah, I should do. And I'm gonna work on my big project, which I only really have like 1 full day to get a lot of progress done with. Like this one I can at least get some of it done with, but once I can get to the next portion, can't wait. I can't wait to post it. It's still going. I might have to forego a recording day if it gets too close for comfort. I hope I don't. Also, man, this is taking a while to get made. There's a lot here. Which makes sense. This is a pretty big game. Compiling all of it will obviously take a while. Come on, you, hurry it up. Took nearly 100 seconds to do. That's so bad. That's why I have it lowered when I go into my main file. I don't know why my main file is 3. Alright, around the frozen corners. Gotta go through this again. I'll go through it the nice and easy way and not get myself killed for no reason. Alright. And I'll go through the nice and simple route too. Alright, you. And it should be as simple as that. Alright, great. You gotta set yourself up for the future, like so. The area of which you go to does not exactly matter. The area where you go to does matter, though. This way, this way. Open this up. Go this way. Alright, we'll wait for both of you to pass by and make my move. Wait for you to come so I can kill you. Yes, okay, good. Had to be quiet for that one there. One mistake could have been the end. Well, the end as in we had to reset. Not that big of a deal, but it's kind of a big deal. Just checking that's already open. Alright. Perfect. Haha. Alright, we're gonna try to go the key route, but the best way to get the key is to try to get around all of these guys. And then use this crate to get you to kill that guy. But the best and only way for us to be able to do that is to go this way. Wait. No, we could just go this way. This works too. No! Fuck, well. It's fine. I don't need to worry about that guy. I'll just do this. Oh, that was too close for comfort. You were supposed to kill the enemy, you stupid crate, not me. Okay. Crisis averted. Now we just gotta get our ass back here. What's the best way to do that? You should have died. You should have died. You both should have died, but you didn't, so... It's fine. We have a crate here now. Which means we can kill this guy, right? Not yet. Okay, you know, that still works. Another too close for comfort moment, I tell you what. So it's possible, but my god, I missed all of my marks except for the only one I couldn't miss. I mean, I didn't miss all of my marks. I killed these two, no problem. It's just these three somehow evaded me multiple times over. I don't know how that happened, but it's fine. We're good. Whew. That one's stressful. Why go the key route when you could just go the crate route, which I guess you could still mess it up pretty badly. Not exactly a good way to go about completing that level, but you know, there's two different paths there, I suppose. I mean, where is that, what you call it? The thing. I can look at it right now. The level with the paths. I think it was this one. Yeah, you could either go this way to get rid of this lava block, or this way to get rid of this, or to get this key and get rid of this lock. So it's literally just the same thing, except, you know, you have to go to this route to be able to get to this key over here. Also, it is interesting just how vastly different it is. Like, you see this, and you see a mixture of, like, water, poison, some ice, some lava here. And then you go over to here, you see some poison, some water and poison. And then you'll go over here and you got a lot more ice. That's going to be the interesting part when we get to that section there. Well, that's all for today's episode. So I guess with that being said, thank you all for watching today's episode of Game Crafters. If you enjoyed it, please leave a like, subscribe for more, check out that there playlist, and of course, previous episode of Game Crafters right over here, and the most recent episode of Subnautica right over here. Anyways, thank you all for watching. I'll see you all in the next episode. Later.